Recent ConocoPhillips layoffs has a lot of people talking online. We saw nearly 500 comments on our Facebook page. The Houston-based oil company cutting nearly a quarter of its global workforce by the end of this year. Those layoffs would impact between 2,600 and 3,200 people. Companies saying it's looking for ways to cut costs and boost efficiency after a fall in oil prices. Well, that focus on efficiency has also driven investments in AI to streamline operations. And while ConocoPhillips has not tied the layoffs directly to AI, it does open the door to talk about how this technology is changing the overall workforce for every single one of us. So to help us understand all of this, AI expert Dr. Patrick Dix is joining us. Thank you for joining us this morning. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me again.
So our hearts go out to everybody affected by this ConocoPhillips news. They have already been using AI before the layoffs. And of course, this is something impacting companies across not just the country, but across the globe. How is AI reshaping the way that energy companies operate?
Well, ConocoPhillips has been using artificial intelligence and machine learning for the past couple of years, and how it's going to impact energy companies. Drilling for oil and gas is very expensive. If you have pre-existing data that you can load into a large language model and use predictive analysis to say, let's go drill in this location, let's go isolate this new location, or let's go back to a previous one, you can save money. Drilling in locations for gas and oil is very expensive. And when you can use artificial intelligence and machine learning along with other technologies to locate new locations for more revenue, it definitely helps out.
Now, all of this, this technology is relatively new. I mean, I look at this and think this is just the beginning. So as other energy companies turn to AI and as they really figure out how to use all that data, what could this mean for staffing across Houston's energy sector long term?
Well, it will definitely impact staffing because other companies are going to follow suit, such as ConocoPhillips, and see how they can lower staffing but get more revenue. With artificial intelligence, as I was just stating earlier, you could do predictability analysis, you can use machine learning, you can use other technologies in that realm to drill not only for oil and gas, but to perform several administrative tasks. And when companies are able to make more revenue with less people, they will definitely invest into it.
Of course. And I mean, this is for all of us, right? So you're watching this play out
Yes.
in every sector and every industry across the globe. So what advice do you have for all of us as employees to try to stay relevant as AI changes our industries?
Well, regardless of what industry, where you may be working, if you're employed or unemployed, I highly recommend everybody to learn about artificial intelligence. There are several free courses out there on the internet. There are several courses that can get you up to date and up to speed on what's happening. And with Apple, Foxconn, and NVIDIA coming into the Houston area, for many of those workers that lost their job at ConocoPhillips, they had the opportunity to jump into another occupation with those transferable skill sets and still be employable.
And do you have any names that you want to throw out there to give everybody some opportunity to say, where do I begin with this? Or do you recommend that they search for something specific to their industry?
To start off, there are free courses on Microsoft, Google, Coursera. Those are where I would start at because with
Okay.
artificial intelligence, what I recommend to people, if you're not familiar with it or how it works, you have to start from the bottom up and build a good foundation. And once you build a good foundation with those free training courses, then you could branch out to what may affect your field. Or you might even get a new career choice by saying, I learned about how artificial intelligence works. I want to now switch career paths. Or you also may have some transferable skill sets from your previous job or education that'll work along with artificial intelligence that will give you the opportunity to obtain a new job.
I mean, brilliant. Make yourself the expert on how AI can
Yes.
help other people transform their businesses. Do it in your own industry and be ahead of the curve on that one, right?
Yes, I highly recommend that. Everybody needs to learn about what is going on because artificial intelligence and automation and machine learning, along with those other technologies, are definitely changing the world. And if you stay ahead of what's going on, you stand a better chance to stay employed. We don't want people to get unemployed. We want people to stay
Yeah.
employable, and we want people to be able to move into different industries.
Love it. All right. Always appreciate your time, and you always break this down so well for us. Thank you, Dr. Dix, and we'll be right back after a quick break.